Hello, and welcome to Autographaroo. My name is Bill Thompson. Glad to have you with us today. And I'm very pleased to be able to introduce you to our two very special guests, Kathy Kinney, Cindy Ratzlaff, author of the immensely popular book, Queen of Your Own Life. Let's take a couple questions from our web viewers. Susan from Clearwater says, is it the start of a national campaign in support of women, and would you consider forming a program to spread your ideas?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope, at first we used to say we were trying to start a quiet revolution where women over 40 would be valued by advertisers and television shows and radio programs, because we're sort of the invisible group of people. Once you're not younger, people don't see you. And so but now we've decided it's not a quiet revolution. We'd like to start a very loud, noisy revolution.
We think if we all stood up, if all the women that were 40, between the ages of 40 and death, just stood up and, just said, look
Hello?
at me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how really valuable and beautiful I am. We could, the Dalai Lama has been saying that it's Western women who are going to change the world, and we think by claiming our power that's exactly what's going to happen, that we're going to make the world a better place to live.
Now, Martha from Sherwin says, can you describe how you work together on this book? And also, do you have plans to do something more together?
We had so much fun working together. We actually have big, giant IMAX screens. I live in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Kathy lives in Los Angeles. Every morning, 7 o'clock her time, 10 o'clock my time, we log on with iChat or Skype, depending on which is working best that day. We share each other's screens. We look at each other. We have coffee together, and we write. And we write and we talk and we plan out our projects. And sometimes I'm the typist, sometimes she's the typist. Sometimes we literally work on our own separate projects with the screen up, so that we can be in the same room together.
Now, Cindy, you're a veteran of the publishing world. Those of us who have never published might assume that this was a slam dunk. Of course, you got all these contacts. You're in the front door. You're published right away, right?
When we had the idea for Queen of Your Own Life and we thought it might be a book, I knew it would be a lot of work. So we laid a bunch of rules out for ourselves to make sure that it was going to work, really to sort of, I don't know, maybe even stop us from succeeding. And the first rule was, it's got to be really easy. It's got to be really easy, and it's got to be fun all the time. And if it's not easy and it's not fun, we're not doing it. And the next rule was, only nice people. We're only going to work with nice people. If anyone's mean to us, we're not going to do it. Well, it was so easy. I mean, it wasn't easy to write it, but it was easy we had the idea. The idea seemed natural. We wrote it down. We showed it to one agent. That agent loved it. She showed it to 7 publishers. There was an auction.
Wow.
Our ultimate publisher, Harlequin, won the auction. And our editor completely understood what we were trying to do and really helped us shape the book. Now, the actual, the big secret about writing a nonfiction book is you sell the idea and then you have to go home and write it. So we had the idea and the outline, and after we sold it, we took ourselves out and had a little champagne and caviar and celebrated. We were giddy, and then we went, oh, we have to write a book.
But we think that we're the poster women for anything is possible, because we did write that book, and we wrote that book while living great distances with technology, but every word that's in that book we wrote ourselves.
Oh, look at this. Hey, you're published. You're on a book tour. You've been going on Good Morning America. You got audiences like this all over the country. We're on the web right now. What a heady experience this must be for you.
It's been such a gift. I can't tell you.
But you need to write, if you're going to write a book, write it with your best friend, because being on the road can be lonely. I'm sure Johnny Cash sang about that. But it's really important to have somebody with you.
Now, Denise from Lafayette, Cindy wants to tell you, South Beach Diet saved my life.
Yay.
So thanks, she says. What was the biggest challenge to getting that published and available?
So it was such an honor to work on South Beach Diet. First of all, Dr. Arthur Agatston is a genius, and he is a cardiologist who genuinely cares about what he's doing. He's a scientist. So he created the program for his cardiology patients because they were having difficulty staying on low-fat diets, which at the time was what they were recommending for heart patients. So when he created the South Beach Diet, I got to work with it, and I'm part of the marketing team. So we were the people who understood how to make the promises very sweet and to help people understand that it was a fun, interesting, new, wonderful way to eat. but he's the guy. I was just the shepherd to an amazing project, I have to say.
She's smart. She's a marketing genius.
I get the feeling, if the two of you hadn't already been friends, if Kathy, you'd written the book, and Cindy, you were the publicist for it, I think you'd make a great team just from that standpoint.
I think we would too.
Though, you know, I didn't like her at all when we first met.
How did you meet?
Back, we were in Wisconsin, going to college in central Wisconsin. I was the technical director of the library show wagon. I was driving this big old truck around, and Cindy was an actress. And I did not like her at all. She had kind of a uppity sense of humor, and she'd lived in Minneapolis, you know, and she'd come back with this kind of smart mouth. But after we moved to New York, you know, then we were casual friends, and we fell into Cindy never liked to do anything by herself, so she would make me do these things with her, and that's actually how I ended up being an actress. And then she went on to publishing, and I just stuck. And
I wanted to take an improv class, and it was in kind of an iffy part of town. So I made her take it with me. And the first day, they line you up in 2 lines, and we had to say these lines back and forth. And we did this for like an hour. And at the end of the class, everybody in that entire class knew she was going to be an improv star, and we weren't. It was just clear, and she didn't know it yet. It took her a while.
I had low self-esteem.
But she was hilarious right from the beginning, and she still makes me laugh daily. So
I work at it.
We have another question. Actually, we got 2 more. Connie from Joplin wants to know, it's so good of you to support a library. Our library needs help too due to budget cuts. Would you consider coming to Missouri?
Oh.
Hey, this is what we've been telling people. I mean, realistically, we'll come any place where someone can afford to bring us, and I know that's horrible, but these air flights are expensive. And we do believe, I mean, we just got done speaking at the American Library Association. We did the Laughs on Us panel with all the comedians, and it was wonderful. We both believe that everything we are today is due to the fact that we had libraries to go to when we were kids, and an enormous access to literature and the kinds of things that stoked our imaginations. So get your women's groups together, bring us down there, we'll do it for you.
Yeah, once we're there, we'll do whatever it takes to make money for you.
Including appearing on Autographaroo tonight.
That's right, that's right.
That's right.
And again, we'll remind our web viewers, our live studio audience here at the library, and those who may be watching this clip on YouTube in weeks to come, that we are here supporting the Fairfax Library Foundation in Fairfax County, Virginia. Your contribution to the library comes when you purchase a copy of Queen of Your Own Life, Kathy and Cindy's book. Another question, all right, I'll make sure I'm getting the right one here. Corrine from Brookwood says, I have a lot of Facebook friends, but some days they really seem to drag me down with them. What do you do when that happens?
Well, we have a Facebook page, Queen of Your Own Life, on Facebook. Please come and join us.
Like 8,000 fans.
We have 8,000 fans, wow. And we talk every day about using positive language to support each other. So we post an affirmation, and women talk about how they feel about it. And in the group, there will be women who come there on a daily basis, and some of them will occasionally say, I don't know, I can't see the happy in today. I'm really struggling. My child is ill. My husband is off work. Whatever's going on for them, these are real life issues. And the rest of the group will rush to them and offer them support. You know, you can do it. Keep coming back here. Let's keep talking. We know how hard your job is. And it's really about, Kathy often talks about, happiness is the practice. It's practice of happiness, just like the practice of faith. You need to get up and try to see the positive in a day, because the negative is there just waiting to take you down. And on Facebook, that's what we're trying to do for each other on that page. And people are very, very good about it. So please join us on our page and we'll support you.
And sometimes it just comes down to the bottom line of saying it's time to queen up.